Welcome back to class, and today's class will focus on cyber security certification, focusing on offensive security or ethical hacking. And so we're taking a look at those certifications that we need to have. Do you know that if you have the right certification, it can actually lead you to the employers? The employers can actually look your way if you have the right security certifications. So they are so much important in today's cybersecurity jobs. And so today, what are those available ethical hacking certifications that you need to have if you actually want to specialize on the offensive side of cybersec? Well, in my experience working in this offensive side of things, I've actually worked with top professionals in the field. Some of these professionals I look up to as mentors, and when I got talking to them, I realized that some of them do not have a university degree, yet they are top industry experts, that they know what they do, they know their stuff. And I was asking them, how did you manage to get into this field when you do not have a university degree? And the answer they were always giving to me is, we came in through cybersec certifications. And that shows us how important it is to have an ethical hacking certification. However, the certification will not do it alone. You will still need to have the practical skills to back up the certification. Now, before we talk about the skills, let's focus more on what are the available certifications. That's what today's class is all about. Well, one of those entry-level offensive security certifications is from CompTIA Pentest Plus. As a matter of fact, I'm already on the CompTIA website, and let's take a look at what CompTIA defined CompTIA Pentest Plus as. Now, going by CompTIA definition, look at it here. CompTIA said that CompTIA Pentest Plus is for cybersecurity professionals tasked with penetration testing and vulnerability management. This is coming from CompTIA. Exam code is PT0002. Now, what does this training cover? So if you are CompTIA certified, Pentest Plus certified, what skills are you expected to have under your belt? Well, let's take a look at what CompTIA said. Just scroll down on this page. What skills you will learn as a CompTIA Pentest Plus certified. What are those skills? Well, according to CompTIA, skill number 1 is that you are going to learn how to plan and scope a pen test, right? So it covers all the skills needed in planning and scoping a penetration testing engagement. And then from planning and scoping, you're also going to learn how to perform information gathering, right? So information gathering and vulnerability scanning, these are the skills that you need to also have if you are CompTIA Pentest Plus certified, right? And then the third is attacks and exploits. So at the end of information gathering and vulnerability scanning, you may have discovered certain vulnerabilities that exist in your IT systems. So you should also have the skill set needed to attack and exploit these vulnerabilities. And then the third skill you need to know is understanding the different tools that are available within the offensive side of cybersec, and you also should be able to perform code analysis on codes, right? Code review, code analysis, these are skills that you should also have as a Pentest Plus certified. And you should also be able to communicate your findings to the senior management. That is covered on reporting and communicating results. That is a summary of the skill set that one needs to have if you are a CompTIA Pentest Plus certified. Okay? Now, once you have acquired those skills, then you can now go ahead and book for the exam. The exam maximum number of questions is about 85 questions. It's performance based and multiple choice questions. Time frame for this test is 165 minutes. All right, so you have to score at least 750 to pass the exam. All right, and then for the testing, the pricing of this exam, it actually depends on your region. So in my own region here, you'll be paying like a 230 USD to register for this exam. Okay, that is it on CompTIA Certified Pentest Plus. Now, another certification that is worth looking at is from EC Council. And on the EC Council, they have their world famous CH, which is Certified Ethical Hacker. Okay, so the Certified Ethical Hacker is actually well known, and if you're actually looking out for cybersecurity jobs, especially in the offensive side of things like ethical hacking, penetration testing, CEH is so much well known. In fact, if you go to Google search and type ethical hacking, chances are that the number one on the list is Certified Ethical Hacker from EC Council. Now, CEH has different variants. The normal one, like CEH, that everybody will go after is purely theory, right? So it's going to teach you about the tools, about the methodologies, hacking methodologies, malware threats, countermeasures, etc. But you are not going to learn how to hack. The actual hacking in the real world will not be taught in that CEH training. And there has been so many criticism about the CEH certification, and so EC Council have actually come up with the CEH practical, where you have access to hands-on labs, and you'll be trying to actually practice all the skill set gained from the training in a sandbox environment, attacking real systems, right? And that's it about CEH. So CEH Certified Ethical Hacker is one of the popular certifications in the red team side of things, and actually, to be honest, is one of those certifications that the likes of gatekeepers, like people will call gatekeepers, like HR, hiring managers, they are aware of this certification. So it has so much popularity that even the hiring managers, the HRs, they know about it. So if you have CEH and you are certified, chances are employers will eventually look your way. But we're going to look at my submission on which certification to go for towards the end of this presentation. Okay, another certification that we want to look at now is from eLearnSecurity. eLearn is actually known as INE now. Okay, so let's take a look at the first certification that eLearn provides. So that is EJPT. EJPT simply is a Junior Penetration Tester. Okay, so the EJPT is over the years I've been taking several ethical hacking courses, all right, on the internet, and I was struggling with ethical hacking until I stumbled on EJPT. So EJPT Junior Penetration Tester is an entry-level red team certification that simulates skills utilized during real-world engagements. I'm actually reading it out as it is on the INE website. So the training for EJPT and exam, if I click on buy my voucher here, the training and the exam is about 300, I think 249 USD. Okay, so it's a little bit higher than what one is going to pay if you are to go for CompTIA Pentest Plus. Okay, so 249, and yeah, so that is EJPT, and you get certified as well as training. But apart from EJPT, which is Junior Penetration Tester, we can actually move a step further. So to becoming a penetration tester professional, that's where we'll be talking about ECPPT, which is Certified Professional Penetration Tester. This is the big deal. This particular certification was actually the game changer for me. The ECPPT is 100% practical and highly respected ethical hacking and penetration testing professional certification, counting certified professional in all the 7 continents, right? So if you take a look at what is covered here, is huge. Penetration testing processes and methodologies against Windows and Linux targets, vulnerability assessment of network, vulnerability assessment of web applications, advanced exploitation with Metasploit, performing attacks in pivoting, etc. So you could go through all of this, and yeah, so at the moment this certification does not expire at the moment. So the current version of the ECPPT certification does not have an expiration date. And if you click on buy voucher for the certification, to see the actual certification cost is about 400 USD, right? And if you add the training, so let's take a look at certification, the skill drive. So if you put the training is about 299 USD. So if you add 299 to 400, we're looking at 700 USD or thereabout to get the training that we need, and then go ahead and sit for the exam. This is the real deal. So if you're actually looking for hands-on, practical, ethical hacking certification, real-world certification, the INE ECPPT is one of those top certifications that you need to go for. Talking about the exams that you need to sit in order to get certified as a penetration tester. Now, there is one more certification that I discovered, and that is from TCM Security. So TCM Security have this certification that they call, what's the name of the certification? Practical Network Penetration Tester. The exam itself is $499 USD, and if you actually want to take both the exam and the training, now look at it, one practical network penetration tester certification voucher with one free retake, okay? And you can actually go and enroll for this package, $499, and this actually will have the practical ethical hacking, Windows privilege escalation, Linux privilege escalation, open source intelligence, and then external pen test playbook. You get all of this. That's over 50 hours of lifetime training videos alongside your voucher to take the exam, $499. And you can also opt for the practical career ready professional, which is $1,099. Here you have everything you have in this practical network penetration test plus more. So you have something like employer network access, mock pen test interview, resume review and assistance, and a whole lot of other packages here. And that will be $1,099 USD. This is so practical, right? Now, it might not be as popular as the world famous EC Council CEH, but this is where you get the actually real testing in the exam, where you get to hack real systems in the exam. You probably will need to compromise their domain controller in order to pass the exam. And not just being able to compromise the domain controller, you also need to be able to write out a comprehensive report that can be presented to the senior management, right? A technical report writing is also covered in that exam. And apart from the TCM Security, we also have this one from Offensive Security, the offsec.com. This actually is the world famous OSCP. So OSCP, Offensive Security Certified Professional. And you take a look here, you're going to see the different packages for OSCP. So if you are looking at getting the course bundle, like the training material, as well as a voucher to write the exam, the price is $1649 USD. And of course, you're going to get the training course, you're going to have 90 days access to their lab, and you're going to only take the exam once, right? there is no retake covered here. But if you want to have a 1 year access to their lab where you continue to practice in order to hone your ethical hacking skills, then you'll be paying $25.99 per year, and you're going to have a second attempt. In case you fail the first exam, you're going to have a second shot. So the second exam is covered here, and you're also going to get the training material. Then if you want unlimited access, but you'll still be limited to a year of lab access, but you have unlimited exam attempts. So if you fail the first attempt, you can book for another attempt. There are some terms and conditions. There are certain amount of months or weeks that you need to sit out before you reattempt the exam. So you'll be paying $57.99 per year, and you're going to have still 12 months access or 365 days access to their ethical hacking labs. So that is it from Offensive Security with their world famous Offensive Security Certified Professional. Okay, and then let's look at GIAC, and we'll look at what GIAC also is offering us when it comes to ethical hacking and penetration testing certification. So the information I gathered about GIAC actually is a global information assurance certification. So the GPEN, which is the GIAC penetration tester, exam fee is about $949, and yeah, so job titles like penetration testers is what you can apply for. And if you take a look at this certification here, from GIAC website, it covers a host of ethical hacking topics like advanced password attacks, attacking password hashes, Azure applications and attack strategies, Azure overview attacks and AD integration, domain escalation and persistence attacks. A whole lot of stuff covered here, and yeah. So it also comes with a practice test, and you can use to prepare for the exam and all that. Okay, so we have the GIAC GPEN, we have the Offensive Securities OSCP, we have the TCM Securities Practical Network Penetration Tester, and from the eLearnSecurity or INE, we have the Certified Professional Pen Tester, and we also have the junior pen tester still from INE. Okay, so those are the available certification. Now let me give you my take on which certification to go for out of all these different certifications that we just covered. So let's start with CompTIA Pentest Plus. So Pentest Plus is entry-level certification. You are not going all out as a penetration tester. So let's say you are a blue team member, right? So blue team focuses on the defensive side of things in cybersecurity, defense, right? You'll be setting up firewalls, intrusion prevention, intrusion detection, endpoint detection and response, and all that. And you want to have a skill of how to carry out penetration testing, vulnerability management on these IT infrastructures like networking and servers, etc., that you're already managing. Then you can go for CompTIA Pentest Plus, right? So you are not actually going all out for ethical hacking, but you want to have certain amount of ethical hacking knowledge in order to manage the vulnerabilities that exist in your IT systems, right? That's where CompTIA Pentest Plus come in. You see, Council CEH, you are not going to learn how to hack by taking a CEH course, but you are going to understand ethical hacking principles, ethical hacking methodologies, the different threats out there, and the countermeasures to mitigate against those threats, right? You are going to be loaded with a whole lot of information in the offensive aspects of cybersecurity. But in terms of applying this information in the real world, the actual hacking of a live network, you are going to struggle in doing that, except you go for the higher CEH, which is CEH Master, that is Practical Ethical Hacking from EC Council. Okay, so there is CEH and there is CEH Master. So the Master is where you have your hands dirty in terms of hands-on skills. All right. Now, I would still recommend you go for CEH, right? Go take the exam. It's about 1,000, 199, right? Like almost 1,200 USD. Now, why I recommend one still go for this certification is that it's a well-known certification. Now, the gatekeepers, when we talk about gatekeepers, we're talking about the HR, we're talking about the hiring managers, right? These guys know about this certification, and so if you have this on your CV, that would be like a plus. Okay, so you know that some of these certifications will make the employers to look your way, and CEH, because of its popularity, is one of those certifications that is well known. And even though it's not going to give you the practical hands-on skills, except you take the CEH Master, but it's still going to make you popular. Like the hiring managers, HRs can actually schedule you for an interview, right? But if you want to really know how to do these things, now my recommendation would be to get CEH, and you still go for either EJPT or PNPT from TCM Security to get the hands-on skill. Now, with this hands-on skill, coupled with the CEH certification you already have under your belt, your chances of getting hired will just jump. Okay, so I'm not going to say that you are going to be hired automatically, but then you will have a higher chances of getting hired. The EJPT, the Junior Penetration Tester, is going to expose you to how these things are done in the real world, the practical aspects of ethical hacking and penetration testing. The PNPT from TCM is also going to do the same thing that EJPT will do. All right, but you want to take this ethical hacking pen testing to a totally new level, which is the professional level, then you can go for the ECPPT or the OSCP, right? So this is the when it gets advanced, the advanced stage of hacking, then you may be needing this certification. Okay, the certified professional penetration tester, the offensive security certified professional. So these guys is like becoming a professional ethical hacker. Okay, so you are leaving that level of junior penetration tester and you are moving to the professional role or senior role. And GIAC, which is GPEN, will still falling into this. So here we have GPEN from GIAC. So we're actually looking at CPPT, OSCP, or GPEN. So you can actually go for either of these. GPEN will be actually higher as well as OSCP in terms of cost. CPPT will be the cheapest, but it will still going to expose you to a whole lot of labs, a whole lot of hands-on, where you actually become so valuable to a company that eventually hires you in the future. So that will be my take. My take would be, if you are really going out for red team, start with EJPT or TCM. So either you take EJPT, Junior Penetration Tester, or you take TCM's Practical Network Penetration Tester as a beginner, and then you move on to intermediate level by going for this CPPT or offensive security or GPEN. It's actually, it boils down to cost now. So GPEN and offensive security OSCP will actually be the most expensive. With $700 or thereabout, you can get your CPPT, which is Certified Professional Penetration Tester, and yes, you have the needed skills to excel in the offensive side of cybersec. Okay, so that's what this presentation is going to cover, which is basically the available certifications that one might go for if you want to really be recognized by employers, ethical hackers, or cybersecurity professionals in different companies, then you have to get certifications that these ones are aware of. Thank you so very much for joining in, and then see you in our next presentation.